very shortly we're going to start having beautiful views of the Muizenberg Beach and just the whole area. It's quite amazing to see. And very shortly we're also going to be seeing a very little green hut where we're probably going to spot one inside. As I'm just going to try and drive a little bit slowly. I'm sure the guy behind me is going to start honking now, so I need to give him his space, otherwise it's going to get angry. Okay, there we go. Surfing schools, and they're very, very affordable, and they're very good at what they do. All right, I'm going to get off. There we go. Right, so we're gonna start just wearing normal sunglasses. They can spot sharks because sharks don't go very deep, they don't dive deep down, so they can see the shape of the moving animal. Of course, these guys are trained to know when it's a shark and when it's not. So what they do though is that they've got what we call a flag system. So they use 4 different colors of flags at the beach, and they will always raise one flag at the time, and each flag communicates a certain message to the guys at the beach. So they've got a green flag, a black flag, a red flag, and a white flag. So when a black or a green flag goes up, it normally speaks about the weather of the day and the weather. Be careful, to keep surfing or going too far away from the beach. And then when they put up a green flag, it's the opposite of the black. So it means it's a beautiful sunny day, and the spot that we saw has good visibility. This whole area here where you see these railings, so this is the whale watching spot. So when we saw whales here, they would be at about 70 or 100 meters from here. And these whales are about 10 to 15 meters long. So it felt as though you're looking at them like right in front of you. So in general, you'd see 2, like a pair, because it was always like a mama whale and a baby whale, around this area. It's quite beautiful to see. But this year, what we noticed, they tend to go towards the Boulders Beach or the Penguins Park, the Cape Point, sometimes CHAPMAN'S Peak, but mostly at Hermanus. Hermanus is a spot that is known in Cape Town as the top or the #1 whale watching spot. It's actually known as one of the top 10 whale watching spots in the world. So if you're in love with whales, so on the left hand side, if you look clearly, you will see a chain of mountain. Looks a little bit dark to see, but towards the end of that sort of cloud on top there, so that chain of mountain leads to the most southern point of the African continent. So that last mountain there at the end of the chain is known as the Hang Clip Mountain. At the bottom of it, there's a little town known as the Cape Agulhas, and the Cape Agulhas is the most southern point of the African. Want to do a tour or go and visit, you can. I think it's called the 2 Oceans tour or trip. On either Get Your Guide or Faeta, you can still book that tour there. But now the 2 Oceans meeting affects the temperature of the Atlantic Ocean that we're looking at now. So normally the Atlantic is a cold ocean in the southern part of Africa because it's influenced by a current that is known as the Benguela. So the Benguela is a current that runs from Antarctica down to the southern part of Africa. So it keeps the Atlantic cold. Doesn't matter if it's winter. Cute town. It's small, has lots of heritage buildings, very nice to visit. And it is also known as the largest Navy station or Navy base of the Western Cape. So Western Cape is the province in which Cape Town is found as a city. So when you look closely on your front left, you can spot those grey boats. Those are warships, and those are that is the naval station. And the reason that station is there It's because at the end of this chain of mountain and the chain of mountain across the ocean, right at the end of them, there's an opening outside of South Africa. So in other words, the base.
It's a cold front.
Is it? Okay.
Then we get summer rain. So.
Okay.
You get rains here in
this road, this drive was built to connect two areas. So that's Noordhoek where we're coming from, and Oudtshoorn that we're going to see at the end of the road. So the idea was to create a shortcut between two areas, and also to offer beautiful views to those who travel on it. Around this area, the Noordhoek area of the Southern Peninsula, and it is also the beginning of the peninsula on, I'll say, the western side of the peninsula in Cape Town. Right, so I'll let you guys enjoy the views shortly, and then we're on our way already to our next stop. Chance to get the views of Northern Beach. So don't be fooled by the beautiful water, it's very cold there. So we're right at the end of that mountain across the ocean. That white lighthouse marks the end of this beach. So that's how long it is.
You see there are some houses right up to the hill here, very close to the middle.
Wait, right there, yeah.
Right here on the
Oh, right here, yeah. So you can see the beach is very quiet, and one of the reasons it's because of an activity that's very big. What they've done, they've just limited the number of people here very cleverly. So they have only about 20 to 25 parking spots, car parking spots. So once those spots are full, there's not enough space to park. So therefore most of the people would not, I mean the area is not going to be crowded because there's also not enough space to park. They say if there's too many people on the beach, while someone's riding the horses, it sort of ruins the experience because horses get too agitated when there's too many people around. Alright, so we're good to go. That sounds like a no. I keep driving slowly. Right, so you will notice on the right hand side on the mountains is a lot of nets on it, and the reason for this, it's because from 2000, the year 2000 to 2005, this road was closed for 5 years to ensure just that, you know, safety is really guaranteed for those who travel on it. So since 2005 we haven't had any issue of rocks reaching the road. However, rocks do fall, but they fall in these nets that you're looking at. So from here I'm going to let you guys film and take pictures because it's a lot of beautiful things coming up until we reach our actual stop. Beautiful tunnel coming up in front of you. Do we have any civil engineers in this van? No? That's good, so no one will contradict what I'll say. Wow. So they had to literally carve through the mountain, the rocks to produce what we're seeing here. But the idea for this tunnels, it's actually to protect us, because this area is considered to be a very high risk area in terms of rock falls. So here when rocks fall, they don't fall in the nets, they fall on the side of the road. You can see that size over there. So quite a few rocks would fall on the side of the road or at the bottom of the mountains, because these nets in this specific area are not really guaranteeing really the safety, you know. where we're going to be stopping, you will, it's a real South African driver, so you will see the difference information of the mountain. So right now, okay, we've reached our stop. Here we go. It's going to be quite beautiful here. So if you have a chance and you're into fish and chips, then yeah, go give it a try. Welcome to our bay. It's a vibrant place, a lot of things happening here. They run they run craft and food markets, and they also get to spot some of the best sunset views in Cape Town, literally from their homes. So now we're driving in between the Atlantic and the 12 Apostles Mountains on our right hand side. So they're called 12 Apostles, not because it's the Mazars. So there's a grave right near the Camps Bay area, between just right next to the Camps Bay. It's a grave of one of the Mazars who was I would say it was a group of slaves that were brought from Southeast Asia during the Dutch rule in the Cape. So, but these slaves were not treated like all of the rest of the slaves that came from the same place, because these Mazals were either from East Asia, where they came from. So the Dutch literally moved them from there, placed them in the Cape as a way to block them from going back to their countries, because they were afraid that these guys could sort of push their population to resist the Dutch, or to sort of bring some sort of revolution against the Dutch. So they brought them to the Cape and banned them from going back to their own countries. So while they were here, they began to teach the Islam religion to the locals, and that's where it resulted in the locals seeing them, or considering them as some sort of messengers from Allah in this part of Africa. And therefore, when these guys passed away from natural death, they were buried in specific places, and most of the Muslims from South Africa would go and sort of pay respects to them. So the tomb, or the grave of the Mazar that is near Camps Bay, is not the only one. There's quite a few. 15th of December. So welcome to Camps Bay. you see a natural pool. So there you see quite a few people swimming in there. Because the water literally, when it leaves the ocean, fills the spore, it gets warm and it's not influenced by the current. So most people come and swim here. But when we get to the ocean, you'll see a lot of people on the sands, but hardly anybody in the water. Because there, it's freezing. Right, so I'll find a spot somewhere around the beach, give us a few minutes here, and then from here we're going to be going off to the drop-offs. How was your tour today? Did you enjoy what you saw so far?
Yes.
You did?